Hey, welcome to our game submission for 2025 JamHacks called The Housing Crisis. So, the housing crisis is a pressing issue in Canada nowadays, and you've probably heard your parents complaining about it, but what is it really? Well, at its core, a lot of young people nowadays are trying to buy houses, but people are paying almost 30% more of their salary compared to 50 years ago buying houses. And the reason for this is that a lot of people in the older generation rely on high housing prices so that they can retire with more money. So what is the government doing about it? Well, if they increase housing prices too much, then young people can't afford houses. But if they decrease it too much, then older people can't retire. So either way, some people are bound to be upset. And right now, the government is pretty much just taking on a laissez-faire approach, just kind of leaving the issue alone. Now, many people are sitting on their couches right now saying, I can do this, I can fix this problem. Well, can you really? Here we have a simulation where you can try implementing different policies to see if you can solve the housing crisis in a city. So the story goes that you're a mayor, and every single year you can make one decision for your city, whether expanding transit, raising skylines, or really anything. And every single year you want to keep your public support above 30%. So you want as many people to support you as possible, and that means you can try to increase or decrease the average housing price, but you don't want to lean too far in either direction. So here's the map. It consists of a city split into 6 districts, which are numbered from 1 to 6. And as you can see, public support right now is 57%, and here's your average home cost. There are already some buildings on the board, but like I said, every single year you can try implementing something. So for example, District 6 is pretty empty right now, so let's try building some community housing there. Build community housing in District 6. So our backend is powered by a Gemini AI. So every single time you make a policy, we send the Gemini AI an API call so they can figure out how exactly your policy affects the average housing prices and how your public support changes. So it seems that building this community housing right here, this asset is generated on the spot by Gemini AI, by the way. That actually increased your public support by a few percent, and I think it increased the average home cost. So now let's try building something else in District 5. Now, like I said, this AI is completely freeform, which means anything you can think of, you can type into your idea box. So let's say we wanted to build some medieval castles in District 5. So right now, the assets are being generated, and yeah, let's see what effect that has. All right, so it seems our public support went up 2%. It didn't change the average home cost much, but there you go. You can see that's a fresh picture of a generated medieval castle. Let's say we wanted more. Let's say we put some more medieval castles in District 5. All of the assets are saved to a folder so that if you want to build more of the same building, uh, there you go. You can see now we have 4 identical copies of that castle in District 5, and our public support went down a little from that. All right, so after a while, you see that in this world, I've built a Eiffel Tower, a Pyramid of Giza. There's a McDonald's. That's a hospital, and I've added a lot of infrastructure. Let's see what happens if I purposely lose the game. So I'm just gonna drop a nuke on the entire city. All right, so that triggered the game over screen, and after that, there's a little blurb that kind of explains what I said at the beginning of the video, just to educate the player a little about the housing crisis in Canada. You press this button and you can restart. So just so far, we've actually tried playing the game of up to like 30 rounds, but we haven't been able to find a policy or a sequence of policies that works so far. So we challenge you to try your hand at solving the housing crisis, and we hope you learned something from our game.